Greetings! This is Gamezillong Book Corner, where we take a look at fine pieces of kaiju-related literature. Unfortunately, today we will be taking a look at Kaiju Apocalypse II by Eric S. Brown and Jason Cordova. This is a sequel, and if you have not seen my video on the first Kaiju Apocalypse, here is a clip. Yeah, let's get to the plot. After years exploring the cosmos in search of a new world to colonize, the spaceship Argo returns to Earth, having failed in their mission. When they receive no response from the armored cities on the surface, a team of soldiers are sent down to search for survivors. They find Yeltsin, a character from the first book, who seeks to activate a device he claims will stop the end of the world. Meanwhile, another team is sent to an orbiting space station to search for clues about what happened to the last of humanity. They soon find themselves infected by a strange virus that rapidly mutates them into near-mindless monsters, only for one of them to trigger a defense system aboard the Argo that kills them all off, sparing the rest of the ship from facing the same horror. Then a giant kaiju, dubbed Mother of All, destroys the Earth just by waking up and then flies off into space, badly damaging the Argo as it departs. And that's pretty much the whole book, spoilers and all. Kaiju Apocalypse was a pretty terrible read, and somehow this one's worse. Now, I actually have a lot of things to say on this, so rather than cover this all in one take like I normally do, I'll probably be doing a couple takes just so that I get my point across. So there will be a couple edits here and there. That having been said, let's get talking about my thoughts about Kaiju Apocalypse II. The two major plot lines of this book go pretty much nowhere, with pretty much all the characters involved with them ending up dead, making me wonder why I even spent time reading through their stories. They honestly don't really go anywhere, and they feel like they're just there to fill up pages. And what little hope for humanity there was at the end of the first book is utterly shattered by the start of this book. I am admittedly impressed with the size of Mother of All, what with her being able to literally shatter the Earth just by waking up. But the other kaiju in the book are just as generic as they were in the first book. And the only returning character from the previous book, Yeltsin, his plotline really does not go anywhere, mostly because of the other characters that are involved in his plotline preventing him from doing anything. He tries to save the world, yes, but since he never actually activates the device that he's trying to turn on to save the world, his plotline may as well have not even happened. What's worse is that I honestly feel that if he had managed to turn on the device and it not worked at all, that probably would have made his storyline a bit more interesting. Unfortunately, the device that he's trying to turn on becomes a Chekhov's gun that never gets used, which is basically a sin when you introduce a Chekhov's gun. And the space station plotline really just feels more like a prequel to the video game Dead Space than it does a kaiju novel. In fact, it doesn't really seem like it connects to the kaiju plotline of the book at all. And if there is any connection, it's really not apparent, like, at all, making me wonder, why did I read this story? And while there are characters, multiple, that do survive this book, they are so underdeveloped that I couldn't be bothered to care. In short, I wasted money on this book. Avoid this series at all costs. Unfortunately, there's still one more book in the series. Pray for me. For Gamezillong Book Corner, I'm Protomet. Bye.